Welcome to Before the Praise, where we're preparing our hearts for cheerful giving. I'm your other worship leader, Tamara. Today's topic, trust issues. And our worship inspiration comes from James Fortune's I Trust You. I enjoy giving, but sometimes I'm a bit reluctant because I think about the other things that I can do with my money, the things that I need to take care of, the things that I want. And sometimes I'm just not sure if God is going to take care of all of those things in my time frame. And so I realize I've got trust issues. Do you? Well, let's work on those together. Psalms 34 and 8 encourage us to taste and see that the Lord is good, and blessed is the man who puts his trust in him. Taste and see, those are sense words. Those are things we get to experience. So we've got to have experiences where we're able to see that God is good and that there is a blessing for when we trust him. Ashamedly, we sometimes believe that our financial mistakes disqualify us from God's mercy and therefore from seeing his goodness. But God forgives unwise money decisions just as much as he forgives lying, or backbiting, or gossip, or hatred. His salvation is spiritual, physical, and financial, and thank God for it. Now, this doesn't mean we should make silly financial decisions, but the truth is, we will, and he will forgive us. He'll correct us, and he'll still love us and take care of us. In 1 Kings 17, Elijah declares there would be no rain in Israel, and he has to live under that word just as much as anyone else. So when the brook dries up and when the raven stops bringing him food, he has to live by God's instructions. Go to the widow. Now, God could have sent him anywhere, but he sends him to a woman who can't take care of herself or her child. They are on the brink of death. The reason for her situation is not discussed or disclosed. She's a widow. Did her departed husband leave her any money? Was he unwise before he died and left her nothing? Or did he take care of his obligation and she squandered? Is she sick? Is her son sick? Or is she simply a victim of the drought? Whatever the reason, it is not a factor in her coming deliverance. God is simply asking her to trust that he can take care of her. Obediently, she heeded the request for food. Attending to Elijah's needs, she receives a blessing for her trusting in God. God instructs us similarly. Seek me, trust me, then watch me. Watch me bless you because you trust me. 6 times God announces in his word, blessed is the man who puts his trust in God. There is a blessing for our trusting. It is easy to give out of abundance. It's not so easy when our month lasts longer than our faith. Trust requires dependency, and after giving, we're in a position of vulnerability, and that vulnerability is uncomfortable, but it is in our vulnerability that God brings victory. Peering into our future and mindful of our needs, Jehovah Jireh makes present provision for future famine. Watch him make your little multiply. Trust him to be forgiving, faithful, and that he wants you to flourish. Turn your trust issues into inspiration for worship. Thank you for joining us. Worship with us as you prepare your instrument for giving. Comment down below. Have you had a trust issue where you were reluctant to give because you weren't sure God would take care of you? Has your trust issue turned into inspiration? Remember to thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel so that you can receive notification of new video posts. Follow us on Facebook at Before the Praise. I'm Tamara, your other worship leader. I'll see you next time on Before the Praise.
And I can't feel your touch. I will try.